Flosstube! Thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Shiloh and I'm a cross stitcher, knitter, and crocheter living in Nova Scotia, Canada. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as @Xstitchmd. And in the drop-down box down below, I'll have a link to a Google document that has information about all the projects I'm working on. There are a bunch because I've managed to have 4 finishes in the past few weeks. So it's only been 2 weeks since my last video, but in that time I was able to go away to the Stitch North Fall 2024 Cross Stitch Retreat in Brampton, Ontario, during which time I got 3 finishes. It's amazing how much you can get done when you just sit and stitch all weekend. I also got another finish a few days before the retreat. I'm going to show you some haul that I got at the retreat and give a little bit of a retreat recap. So let's dive in with my 4 finishes. So this first one, you knew it was going to be a finish. I talked about it last video, and that is my Sacre Coeur by Long Dog Samplers. So it is done. So I had just had this little tiny section left last time and I managed to get it done. So I stitched this with DMC 3685, 2 strands over 2 on 32 count linen. And I don't know the name of it. It's some mystery linen in my stash. I love how this turned out. This will be going to the framer ASAP. And you will notice, I think I mentioned this in my last video, that I left off the border. There's like a 2-stitch border that goes all the way around. I was a little bit worried about margins. I'm a little bit tight here, so I left it off and I think it still looks fabulous. That also took off about 1,000 stitches off the total, so that helped as well. Okay, that's finish number 1. Finish number 2 was a project I also talked about last video because it was one that had been missing for years. So I think what happened was when I was moving, I got to the point where I was like, oh my goodness, I just need to like move everything quickly and shove stuff in random bags. And this is one of them. So this is Etude by Lena Cross Stitch, and it is now done. So I had found this last week and it was in a drawer with 10 squares left to go and I got them done. So these 10 squares in the bottom corner here. I love that random pink square there and the random black square. There's actually quite a few colors in here that are only used once, despite there being a lot of shades of blue. A lot of them are just single-use DMC colors. So I stitched this with all the called for DMC, 2 strands over 2 on a 36 count linen by XJU design called Little Bunny, or maybe it's Marbled Bunny, one of those. Yeah, I'm so happy with this. It's so pretty. It was so fun to stitch. I'm so happy I found it. And this will also be going to the framer ASAP. All right, that was finish number 2, and very exciting when you finish something at a retreat because I got to go up to the front of the room and ring the bell, and amazing to have everyone clap for you. I was telling everyone there, I was like, when I finish something at home, I do not get that same kind of reception as I did there. So I may have purposely planned to bring a couple pieces that were close to being finished so that I could ring the bell, which is the case for this next piece, which only had about 350 stitches left. So I finished it like a couple hours after this one, so got to go up and ring the bell again. Apologies to everyone for all the bell ringing on the weekend. But I finished my skipjack sampler. So this was started at the spring 2024 Stitch North, and I finished at the fall 2024 Stitch North. So happy, very full circle to get her done. So this is stitched with a Roxy Floss Co. conversion, which is available on my Instagram. And I stitched it on a piece of 32 count Lilac Amour Lugana by hand-dyed by Rolanda. So pretty, love it, need this framed ASAP on the wall as well. I have the other half of this fat quarter that I want to start something on. I also got some really beautiful purple linen from Rolanda at Stitch North, which I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so that's 3 for 3. This next project was a start and finish at Stitch North. So as part of our swag bag for attending Stitch North, we got this amazing kit from Canadian Stitchery, which included the laser cut wood disc and the felt backing and all the floss you needed to stitch the project. I stitched it, and Alyssa, AJ Stitches on Instagram, bought some of this trim from Roxy Floss Co. and used it on hers, so I had to do the same thing and copy her. She had brought super glue to the retreat, which amazing. So we just super glued it on the back. She was smart and put her backing on top of the trim. I got too excited and put my backing on first, so you know, it's not covering up all my glued edges, but whatever. From the front, it looks great. And then just used a piece of floss to tie it. It's fraying a little bit here where I cut it, so I'm gonna try to glue that back down. But otherwise, I think this looks so cute. It was an interesting challenge stitching on wood. I mean, part of this was that I was trying to stitch this as fast as possible because I wanted to get it done so that I could start at something else, which I'll show you. So I was going very fast. I did this all in one sitting. Probably wouldn't recommend doing that because it did make my hand a bit sore, but I love the finished product, would definitely do another one of these again, but I would pace myself and take breaks. So yeah, so cute. Really love how it turned out, and it's a cute little hanging ornament. So I have it hanging on the other doorknob there. Love it. So yeah, that was from Canadian Stitchery with all of the called for Roxy Floss Co. floss. And I think Caroline had listed a couple of these. They had some extras and she listed them on her site. You'd have to check if there's any still available. I don't know, but super fun, cute, easy project. All right. That is my finishes, which, you know, yay, so exciting. Next up, I want to show you some of my whips that I have progress on, as well as a new start, because what is a retreat without a new start? I did make some progress on some whips. This first one is one I brought to Stitch North. So this is September's Return by Maximum Cross Stitch. And I got a decent amount done in this. I think I added about 1,000 stitches. Oh, excuse the thing I was doing here. I finished off the corn field and started this field, which I don't know exactly what it is. It's like red things and purple. I don't know if it's like apples and grapes, and started in this one, which is zucchini. So did some more outlining of the hills, and I just love how this is looking. This was good retreat stitching because the outlines of the hills were pretty easy counting. And then once you establish the pattern of the vegetables, it was pretty easy to follow along. So got quite a bit done on that, which was super fun. The other whip that I've worked on is my Delightful Waltz by Artisy Design, charted from the artwork of Leonid Afremov. And I've done a little bit of work on this, not a ton. I did bring it to Stitch North, but not surprisingly, it did not put a stitch in it because I was working on other things. And let me just get my threads all here. So here is where I'm at now. I've been working in this corner here. So I've added in a bunch of stitches there. You can see all my dangling threads, which are my parked threads. And yeah, it's coming along. Coming along. There's a lot of color changes in there. I am getting the itch to start another full coverage project soon. I've really been thinking a lot about Women in a Field of Flowers, which was charted by Stitches So Beautiful. I'm gonna have to start that one soon. So we'll see, we'll see. I've been trying to limit myself to one full coverage at a time so that I finish them, but I can't stop thinking about that one and I might need to start it. Okay, we will now get into Stitch North. So Stitch North is a retreat that occurs in Brampton, Ontario. It's been going on for, I think, 3 years now. It was normally every spring, and this year they added in a fall edition. So so much fun. There was 225 of us. I think there might have been a little bit less because of last minute cancellations. But we were all at this hotel in Brampton, Ontario for a weekend of stitching. There were door prizes, there was lots of shopping, and it was so fun to see old friends and meet a lot of new amazing people. So I was at a table with my good friend Catherine from Paper Crane Stitches, and we kind of crashed the table of the Sassy Stitchers, which are a group of stitchers in southwestern Ontario, and they very kindly let us sit with them. So we were sitting with Zena, Sylvia, Iris, Kim, and Carol, who were all lovely, and we had a really good time. Lots of laughs, lots of just ridiculousness, and lots of enabling. So it was such a good time. We got lots of table gifts, lots of goodies, which I will show you. But the first thing I want to show you is the new start I had. So this was a project that Catherine and I had decided to start together. We saw this pattern on Instagram and immediately decided that we both needed to stitch it. So this is the pattern Black Roses by Owl Forest Embroidery. I absolutely love the castle, just everything about this. The one thing I'm not as much in love with is the character in the middle. It just looks very Disney-esque to me, and that's just not really my style. So both Catherine and I are planning on removing the person. Our current plan is to do some sort of rearranging of those motifs to kind of fill it out. I think it's going to look amazing. Again, I'm starting in the top left, so I don't have to think about that for a while. So let me show you my start. So here it is. How pretty is it? So I will say, you'll notice my roses are not black, despite the name of the pattern being Black Roses, and that's because Catherine and I decided to stitch all of the roses in a red. So our black, we're both using the same black, which is Roxy Floss Co. Steam Engine. And for my red, I'm using Roxy Floss Co. Molly. Catherine's using Roxy Floss Co. Cherry Pie, which is a little bit brighter red. I'm stitching this on a 38 count linen called Eiderdown by Access Commodities, using one strand of floss, and I think it looks amazing. This is going to be a biggie. So this is 209 stitches wide by 436 high, so it's a big one. It's a big one. It's going to be a long-term project, but I am really loving it. So fun. Oops, sorry. So fun to stitch all these flowers and leaves and vines, and I'm really excited to work some more on it. So part of my haul from Stitch North was getting the floss for that. So you can see my Roxy Floss Co. Steam Engine and Molly, and then I have another skein of each of them that I'm currently working from. So that was a really fun start. Definitely check out Catherine's Instagram page to see her progress. I should also mention that we were able to rope in another stitcher, Kim, Crafty Teacher DIYs, to also start this with us. She went totally in a different direction, which I love. She's using a purple opalescent fabric, which is stunning, stitching it in black and parts of it in a really dark green, and it looked amazing. So I'm really excited to watch her progress, and it was very nice to meet you, Kim, and join in on the enabling. All right, so let's get into some of my haul. So this first part of a haul leads into a giveaway. So I got a couple of project bags from Simply Stitch. So this is the one where my Black Roses is currently living. And this is a William Morrison print, and with a lovely, like, I don't even know what to call this, like a faux leather bottom. So nice. The inside is this really nice polka dot print. So I got that project bag from Jen. I also got this beautiful project bag, which reminded me so much of our trips to Italy. So had to get that. This little dingle ball someone gave me, and I can't remember who, but I put that right on. So this beautiful project bag I also purchased from Jen, and then Jen very kindly gifted me this project bag as a matching one to the other William Morrison, which is so cute and just like a nice small size, and again with the polka dot inside. So Jen wanted to do a giveaway for a project bag, and we figured the easiest way to do this would be to have a giveaway on my channel, and the winner can pick any bag from Jen's Etsy shop and she'll ship it directly to you. So her project bags are so nice. I first met Jen at Stitch North in the spring, where she was very kind to gift me one of her project bags, and now she was a vendor at the Fall Stitch North. So it was really nice to meet her, well, to see her again and meet her mom. If you would like to be entered to win a project bag from Simply Stitched from her Etsy shop, just leave me a comment down below and include the word bag in your comment, B-A-G, and I will draw a winner in my next video. So yes, love these bags. Okay, and I had to empty them out because in these bags was my haul. Okay, so let's open this one up here because I'm really excited about this haul. So all kinds of vendors at Stitch North, project bag makers, fabric dyers, floss dyers, Evertote team was there. So it's just so enabling to see so much beautiful things, so many beautiful things all around you, and to have so many stitchers there who can just say, yes, you should totally get that. It looks amazing. So needless to say, enabling was done. I got this beautiful piece of linen, this beautiful piece of even weave from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. So this is the color Purple Ash, and this is a 36 count Modena even weave, which I have never used before, and I was very intrigued by it. It's very, very lightweight, like very lightweight. I don't think I can adequately describe that on video, but it's a very lightweight fabric. I loved this purple, and when I saw this, I was like, I want to stitch a long dog on this. So my plan is, I got this fabric, and then I got these beautiful flosses from Roxy Floss Co. This is Cheshire, this beautiful purple. And my plan is to stitch the Long Dog Samplers piece, the Lady Garden, on this. I'm really excited to stitch this. I'm gonna use 2 strands on the 36 count even weave. And yeah, it was all I could do not to start it, but I had already started the owl for it. So it's like, we'll just wait a minute. But yeah, very excited to start this. So that will be coming soon. What else did I get? I got this beautiful needle minder from Evertote. Funny story, Catherine and I were in line to pay. We saw this needle minder. It appeared there was only one. We almost had to arm wrestle to the death, but then there were more. So we each got to have one. That worked out well. All right, what else did I get? I got a bunch more fabric. So I got some additional fabric from Rolanda. So I got this beautiful 32 count Lugana in the color Chamay. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I really love Rolanda's fabrics because it reminds me a lot of Picture This Plus with all of her modeling. So no plans for this. I just saw it and absolutely had to have it. So pretty. I also got this 40 count linen called Ashen Tan, which again is a really beautiful modeled colorway. No specific plans. This next one, you'll be proud to know I do have specific plans for. So this is a 36 count linen and the colorway is Ginger, and like, oh, it's so pretty. It's like this orangey, beautiful red. And my plan is to get some Roxy Floss Co. Mum's the Word, which I'll put a picture in here. And my plan is to stitch a long dog. I'm leaning towards stitching Long Dog Samplers Pavane for these times, or Pavan for these times on this. I was going to buy the floss at Stitch North, but they only had 9 skeins and I needed 12. So I figured I'd wait and order so they can all be the same dye lot. But yeah, I'll open this up so you can see because it's just so pretty. Yeah, so that is the current plan. TBD, we'll see. But that is my current plan for that fabric. A couple other pieces of fabric I got because it's so nice to see fabric in person and be able to feel it and see the colors. Just makes it so much easier than buying online. So I wanted to try out some 40 count even weave. So I got this from Roxy Floss Co. and this is a 40 count even weave in the colorway Murmur, which I don't think is going to show up here, but it's like a very pale purple / blue. Take my word for it, it's pretty. But I haven't tried 40 count even weave, so I was very intrigued to see. So this is just a fat 1/8, so just a tiny little piece. So I'm excited to try that out. And then also standing in the checkout line, apologies for the crinkles, I couldn't resist getting some of their Fabric of the Month Club. So I was not fast enough to sign up for it, but at Stitch North, they had some leftovers from September. So I got the 40 count, and it is stunning. So again, not great lighting in here, but it's this beautiful modelly tan color with these red and green modelly undertones. It is so pretty. So pretty. And I am very excited to stitch something on it, which I have plans for this. So the floss is in this beautiful bag made by Iris, who is sitting at my table, and she is a genius. She cut up a tape measure and put it in the lining of the bag here. So when you open it, and then it snaps back closed. It's kind of like those snap bracelets, you know, back in the day. So yeah, let me show you my fabric or my floss I got. So I got the Roxy Floss Co. conversion for Autumn Quakers by Rosewood Manor. I had most of the colors already, but it calls for 2 skeins of everything. So I just went ahead and got an extra skein because, you know, enabling. Like, look at these colors. And I thought that would look amazing on this linen, which I believe is unnamed. I don't know that they have a specific name for it, but oh, how pretty is that gonna be? So yes, very excited to start that. The other floss I got was a conversion for the new pattern from Mama Loves You GB called, oh gosh, I'm gonna forget what it's called. I'll put it on the screen here, but it's Birds in a Wreath. It's beautiful. So Hannah at Evertote and I went through the Roxy Floss colors and came up with a conversion, which I am very happy with. Look at this blue. Oh, this blue is called Freezy, and I just love it. So we did things a little bit differently. There's a couple of colors that are pretty close to each other, so I decided to just do one for them. So there's a pink, there's 2 shades of pink, so I just got this variegated pink to use for that. And same with the 2 reds, I just got a variegated red to use. So once I start stitching this, I'll put my conversion up on Instagram, but I'm really excited to start this. And I was thinking I might start it on this piece of the 40 count Murmur. So we shall see. Also in my little beautiful bag from Iris is she included a measuring tape and a cute little fob. So cute. And it was a bit of a running joke because last year I started back in the spring, Stitch North, I started probably like 4 projects and I had forgotten to bring a measuring tape. So I was bugging everyone at the table, mostly Catherine, to borrow her measuring tape all week. And I managed to remember to bring one this time around, but then was all laughing because I also got one from Iris. So thank you, Iris. This was such a cute bag. Very well made. All right, let's show the other things that I got. These were all gifts, people were so sweet and generous and wonderful. So I got to meet Lisa from Lost and Floss, who is so sweet, and she gave me a sweet little gift bag, which contained the cutest little pair of snips. So let me show you these. She was saying that these are perfect for travel, and like, look how cute they are. They're so adorable. Made with love. So cute. I'm really excited to use those traveling or just at home. And she also included some floss, some stickers, and beautiful floss ring with a fob, a bunch of Stitchy stickers, and a skein of floss. And this was hysterical because at my table, Sylvia lost a skein of DMC 3750. She was looking everywhere for it before she finally found it in her bag. And then maybe 5 minutes later, Lisa gifted me this, and it had a skein of DMC 3750 in it. And it just was very funny. Maybe you had to be there, but it was very funny. So thank you, Lisa. I also got this lovely little gift from Kathy, who was at the retreat. So these are thread peels, which I hadn't used before, and I used for the first time this weekend, and I love them. I had been using the magnetic clips to hold my extra fabric, but I found that they often would come undone or pop off. But these thread peels are great for holding the ends of your fabric together, kind of hooked on the edge of your hoop, and I love them. So thank you so much, Kathy. She also gave some floss drops and some cute little finishing items. So that was very sweet. Also, Trina, she was not at the retreat, but she stopped by to say hi and gave out some beautiful needle minders. So thank you, Trina. I love this one. I got to meet Lindsay of May Be Stitching, who is just such a lovely human, and we got to fangirl together about going to Taylor Swift next in 2 weeks. And she also gifted these adorable needle minders. Look at this. It's so cute. My one concern though is every time I see this, I think it's a gummy bear and I might try to put it in my mouth. So I have to be very careful with this. Not for children. What else? Oh, the lovely Kate, let me just see here. Kate Scrim made me some jam. So she brought me some jam in spring with some blueberry jam, and this time she gave me some apricot jam. So thank you. I have not broken into this yet, but I will. Also in our swag bag, we got some scissors from Evertote, and then someone, I can't remember your name, gave me this lovely scissors fob, so thank you. Also from, oh goodness, I'm going to say her name wrong. It's something in Mouse. She was one of the vendors there, and she came up to me and gifted this sticker to me. Cross stitch is cheaper than therapy. Sorry, cross stitch isn't cheaper than therapy, but it is more fun. And based on my job, this is perfect. So thank you, thank you. She also gave me I'd rather be cross stitching and this cute little ghost. So thank you. What else? I got this beautiful little basket from a stitcher. Again, it's so hard to remember people's names because there were so many of you and they were all amazing. But this is awesome and I love it. I was keeping some of my needle minders attached to it to make them easier to find. All right. I guess I should just go through what we had in our swag bag. So in our swag bag, we had those scissors, we had the little kit, and we got a couple other things. We got this chart from 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. So cute. So this chart here. We got a chart from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. It was so nice to see Lori there again. Such a sweet chart. This is a Tea Garden Pin Pillow. We got this chart from Anne's Crafts of this Canadian maple leaf. Very pretty. Oh, this was the kit packaging there. Some attendee, oh my gosh, I think her name was Kathy. She made thread beds for everyone at the retreat. So that was like 225 people. So that was so sweet of her. We got a skein of floss from Hand Dyed by Rolanda in the color Raven, 25-yard skein, beautiful. A needle minder from the sewing shop with the pretty little leaf in it. And a chart from the Tiny Modernist. So this one is so cute, little fall small. All right. Wish you could see the piles here. I have not put anything away because I was like, I need to keep it out so I can show it. And then once I show it, I can put it away. All right. And then I got this lovely bag and fob from Sylvia, who is Silly Acorn Crafts. And inside she had a little Halloween treat bag with, apologies for the crinkling, cute little notebook, some beautiful pins, which I'm holding upside down. Oops. Such cute little pins. And then some floss drops and a boo-boo stick, which I learned was to rub off any like extra fuzz after you have frogged something, and a pen. So that was so sweet. And Sylvia made these fobs, which are just really, really cute. And like, it's just like a little bit squishy. So very satisfying. So thank you, Sylvia. So I think that's all the haul I got there. Yes. Okay. Let's go into some knitting. I haven't done a ton of knitting over the past few weeks because it's been all about the stitching, but I have made some progress on my Sweet Shop blanket. So I'm working on 2 Sweet Shop blankets. The first one I have not put any work into in a while. The second one I pulled out recently and I've made a bunch of progress. So here is where it is. So I think my last video I had finished the 3rd row or 2nd row and was just starting on the 3rd, but I am almost done the 3rd row. I have 2 squares left to go. So I am just loving how this is coming along. It is so pretty, so cozy, and yeah, I'm just loving it. So these are all Woolberry Fiber Co. yarn in the colorway, in the base Berry Merino in her 2 colorways that come out each month as part of her Woolberry Fiber Collective. So love it. Speaking of the collective, I did get my 2 skeins for October. I think these are the October skeins. They might be September. I think October. So this first one is called A Bouquet of Sharpened Pencils. And this one is called I Have Mail. And these were from her, were also part of her You Got Mail collection. And I know Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is doing a sweater in this color, which is amazing. So really excited to get these 2 into my blanket eventually. I mean, these are month 10 and I'm on month 3, but the whole year, the colors are all like a really similar vibe. So I think this is going to look really good. All right, the other yarn I got in the mail was the last 3 months of the Polka Dot Creek Blanket Club for 2024. And they had originally designed this club for a specific pattern, but I had kind of gone and done my own thing and decided to start a Sweet Shop blanket with it. I'll show you my blanket. I have not worked on this in a while, but I have 3 of the months done. I have all the yarn for the next 6 months, and I just got the yarn for the last 3 months here. So I'll show you those. So I have October. Look at these pinks. Oh, so pretty. We have November, which is like some browns and grays. And then we have December, which is some blacks into some pinks. So I think it's going to look so good. I do need to pull this one back out, but I will be honest, the white is really boring to knit. The other parts are super fun. So this will come back out eventually, but I'm having a lot of fun with my Woolberry one. So love it. All right. I think that's all. That was probably slightly disorganized and a bit of a whirlwind, but you know, Stitch North recap dump. The whole weekend was such a great time. If you have the opportunity to go to a retreat, I would highly recommend it. This retreat was one that I actually didn't know very many people going to it. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking, but I did know a couple and got to meet so many amazing people when I was there. So I'm signed up for the 2nd weekend of Stitch North in spring 2025. So I'm going to the May weekend, which I think is sold out, but there is a wait list. There also will be a Stitch North fall edition in 2025 where Jeanette Douglas is the guest designer. So I am signed up for that and I am very excited for that. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with me, letting me ramble about my haul and everything that happened at Stitch North. And yeah, I'm really excited about all my finishes, excited to go to the framer and get some frames picked out for these and continue to work on projects. So I'll see you again. Don't forget, if you want to be entered for a project bag from Simply Stitched, leave me a comment with the word bag in your comment. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.